Secretary of Defense Drinky Pete Hegseth is crying in a playhouse somewhere after Senator Mark Kelly and CNN just aired a stunning takedown of his recent actions. Buckle up, beautiful viewers. This one is a thrill ride. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. And once again, dear viewers, hit that subscribe button if you haven't right now. It's our end-of-year subscriber drive at the moment, and as we push forward to hit 2 million subscribers, we need your help. By subscribing, you help us fight back against Donald Trump, Drinky Pete, and the rest of those GOP ghoulies, and you help us keep you informed as to all the goings-on in American politics. So join us now, won't you? On to our story. As you may recall, 2 weeks ago, a handful of Democratic lawmakers, all with background in the U.S. military or intelligence services, issued a video urging American military servicemen to disobey any unlawful order issued by the President, Secretary of Defense, or other higher-ranked official. Donald Trump, true to form, called for their execution. Take a look.
It's going to get a lot of us killed. We have kids.
Lawmakers are condemning President Trump's social media posts accusing 6 Democratic lawmakers of sedition punishable by death.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
The president's comments came in response to this video from the lawmakers with military and national security backgrounds, with a message to concerned members of the military that they do not have to follow unlawful orders.
Don't give up the ship.
The White House clarified that the president doesn't want to see lawmakers executed, but criticized the video.
They are literally saying to 1.3 million active duty service members not to defy the chain of command, not to follow lawful orders.
Actually, what they said is you can refuse an illegal order, which is in the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
But they're suggesting, Nancy, that the president has given illegal orders, which he has not.
Back on Capitol Hill, some Republican leaders have tried to downplay the president's response.
That was a wildly inappropriate thing for so-called leaders in Congress to do, to encourage young troops to disobey orders. I mean, think of what the threat that is to our national security and what it means to our institutions.
Don't you just love how spokespeople for Trump just had to mention that he didn't really want those Democrats executed? He just said he did. Or something. The gaslighting knows no bounds. See our other recent videos for more on that. Critically, however, this video came out amid Trump's bombing of boats in the Caribbean and Pacific, ostensibly because they are drug running, though the administration has offered no proof to that effect. It also seems illogical since these boats would have to refuel more than a dozen times to reach the United States, but never mind. And of course, over the weekend, a news scandal broke around Hegseth, who ordered the execution of 2 survivors of one of the boat bombings, which, under U.S. military regulation, is a war crime. Again, for more on that mess, see our other videos here on the channel. Democrats have seized on the opportunity to attack Hegseth's leadership, or lack thereof. That includes Senator Mark Kelly, one of the Democrats in the aforementioned video whom Hegseth has threatened with court-martial or prosecution. And now Kelly has just dropped a major bomb on Hegseth over his handling of the boat bombings. Appearing on CNN, Kelly unearthed a video of Hegseth talking about illegal orders in 2016 and the consequences for war crimes. In other words, the same thing Hegseth is now attacking Kelly for doing. Now, this is a longish clip, so take a look and make sure to watch the whole thing.
I do think there have to be consequences for abject war crimes. If you're doing something that is just completely unlawful and ruthless, then there is a consequence for that. That's why the military said it won't follow unlawful orders from their commander-in-chief. There's a standard, there's an ethos, there's a belief that we are above what so many things that our enemies or others would do.
So, Senator, what do you think of that?
Well, Aaron, I think he's correct, and it's exactly what we said. But when we said it, Pete Hegseth now, said 8 years later, or 9 years later, he says what we said was false and reckless. And I think it begs the question, what has changed? And it's pretty obvious what has changed is we have an unqualified Secretary of Defense who only cares about sucking up to this president and loyalty to this president. That's the difference. It's who's commander-in-chief. What we said was uncontroversial. The White House sort of confirmed that. They said his uncontroversial remarks, they were the same as ours. I mean, this is so ridiculous. And what the president wants to do now is intimidate us and stop us from talking. which is not consistent with our Constitution. And beyond that, Aaron, he said we should be hanged for what we said, executed for what we said. And what we said was exactly the same thing that Pete Hegseth said in 2016.
And they say Democrats aren't brawlers. Mark Kelly sure disproved that. And with that video, Pete Hegseth just disproved his own recent claims. I told you he was crying in a treehouse somewhere. You know, the kind of place he likes to go when he's playing army with his friends. I did that as a young kid myself. Hegseth, however, appears to be stunted in that regard. No wonder he's so damn insecure about his masculinity. I still love dressing up in my Jedi or wizard robes for the odd party, and I'm not ashamed, but I don't try to claim that as my profession on my taxes, which I'm guessing Hegseth has tried to do. More importantly, though, this shatters Hegseth and Trump's attack on the Democrats who stood up for the rule of law, and it only further cracks the already thin ice that Hegseth is skating on. His prosecution of these Democrats will fail, if it even moves forward at all. And his defense against his war crimes looks like it could cost him his career. I'm sure he'll spend tonight sucking his thumb in his bedroom, which, no doubt, is decorated to look like an army barracks. It's funny. I know an all-male hotel that advertises the same thing. Think about that one. This is Occupy Democrats.